Good evening, CFT Nation. We are back finally with another episode. How you feeling about the new episode coming up?
It feels like forever since we've been here. I mean, I know we've done a couple of episodes that were live, like a press conference, but it seems like a very long time since we've been in our seats in the studio.
It has been a long time. It was kind of weird prepping for the show too. We were in such a routine of getting the show together. We were kind of like on a weekly 7 to 10 day kind of time frame. So it's been a bit.
Kevin and I couldn't figure out how to put some of the pieces together of our backdrop that we use. And I forgot one segment. So it feels like it's been a minute.
Yeah, it has been. But we've had a lot going on, so we can not be hard on ourselves on that.
Been very, very busy in a good way, though. I feel really positive about the direction we're taking.
We have got a lot accomplished in the last month. Feels like finally we're, getting some movement and making some progress.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, we're back for our. This is episode 14. We probably though have been in front of this camera probably 20 times with different pop-ups and different things we've done. So, what's the show about?
New records, new truth. So that's very interesting.
Okay. New records, new truth. I know what it's about because we put it together.
Right. So this is really about some of the paperwork we've been doing. ULPs, grievances we filed, FOIAs you've created and sent. Some of our other members are involved in that.
Mm-hmm.
A few other topics.
Yeah, we've been busy with paperwork, trying to get to the bottom of a lot of things, and it's been tricky. I think it's like trying to get information and trying to find the truth from this administration. This is an old saying my dad used to say. It's like nailing a raw egg to a fence post.
I've never heard that before. That's great. But it's.
Could you imagine what trying to nail a raw egg to a fence post looks like?
Yeah, but it does feel like that.
Yeah. So, all right. So we're going to get into it. But before we get into it, we've had quite a few things happen in the last 2 weeks. So why don't we highlight a couple of the things that we had happen that are positive for us.
The press conference is the first thing that we want to talk about. So that was really an interesting experience for me. I don't think I ever thought I would do a press conference. I know you have, but that for me was a first. And I thought we got amazing turnout. Our members were here. They were standing with us. We had people from all over St. Clair County, Madison County, friends, supporters, people from the Cahokia community, just lots of support there.
Other
really
unions, other labor, other teachers.
Yes.
We had a lot of support in the room. We also, it's crazy to, I didn't realize this, obviously, because we didn't have anything to look at. But Kevin told us after we were done with the press conference, since we streamed it, we had over 850 people watching the press conference. You couple that with, what we had in the room, we had over 1,000 people that listened to us that night.
And lots of people listen to it after the fact too, but just for us to go live and have that many people listening, that's really great. And amazing.
Yeah, the last time I looked, the press conference had 70,000 views.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I've looked a couple of times and I'm just blown away by that.
I haven't looked in a while. So press conference was great. We had great coverage. We had lots of news outlets here. We invited a ton of them. We had some great articles. The
St. Louis Public Radio is the one that comes to mind.
Yeah, St. Louis Public Radio and the BND, Will and Madison, they kind of work together, and they wrote really good articles in each paper. It really touched on what the information was about, the corruption with ghost employees, with Harvey's $900,000 in extra payments over 2.5 years, Stephanie Belt's mother's Medicare fraud, all of those things, you know, were really covered well in the articles. We're on Channel 4 as well.
And the Labor Tribune, but
Labor Tribune. Yeah.
I've never been in the St. Louis Post for anything, so I thought we made the St. Louis paper too. You know, I'm sure Cahokia has.
Oh
before,
yeah, I forgot
but
about
Blythe Bernhardt did a
Blythe did a great article as well.
Yeah.
Covered it exactly the way it should have been covered with the information that was out there. B&D was the front page on a weekend, on a Sunday.
Kristen Olson, her picture was on there. I think a couple of our members. I
Yeah.
loved that it showcased some of the people
Yeah.
standing holding our signs.
St. Louis Post Dispatch, it was on the inside page. St. Louis Post Dispatch, we had almost a full page.
I took out a
coverage.
subscription.
Yeah, right. So Madison, or no, is it Blythe?
Yes.
Blythe, you got 2 new subscribers from your article.
Yeah.
So,
But thank you to the media for covering that too. So we were really glad to get our story out and showcase kind of what's going on.
yeah. Also, we had something pretty big happen. Was that last week that we took a vote on the?
I think so.
Yeah. So
Things are kind of blurring together a little bit because we have so much going on, but
yeah.
we got together, we invited all the members, but it was a vote for the certified. It was a second last, best, and final offer from the district. And it was a great meeting. I thought we presented the stuff, but we didn't really have to say a whole lot about that offer.
No, our members, you and I were talking about this, and one of the unintended consequences of this is our members are really starting to learn the contract because they're looking at it over and over and over again. So you and I presented the last, best, and final.
It's really quick.
Yeah. I mean, there were
They already had a
one or
copy
two
of it.
questions.
Yeah.
1 or 2 questions, maybe. Yeah, they had a copy because someone sent it out.
Yeah.
And after, you know, a couple of questions we answered, people started yelling, "Let's vote, let's vote, let's vote."
They wanted to go home. They were like, we've seen this.
Right, we've seen this, let's vote.
We know what we want to do here.
So we took a vote, and you want to talk about the vote?
Well, there wasn't a single yes vote. So they were all no ways. No, there were some curse words. No.
Right. Still no way.
Still no way. Completely united.
Yep. It was a really good. So this is the second totally unanimous no vote for last, best, and finals.
And people are seeing through this. I mean, I got a lot of people saying things like, well, is he just trying to incrementally give a little bit more? Like, well, but would you take this? You know?
Right.
So
that was good. Members left, and as a bargaining team, we stayed and talked it through because the district wanted, after our vote, they were anticipating a no vote, I assume, and they wanted to meet again with the teachers this week on the 3rd. And the bargaining team talked about it. And what did we decide, and what did we take a vote on?
So we talked together. It wasn't a very long conversation because we were all just in agreement.
We're all on the
but
same page.
we think it's terrible that it's been so long since the district has even been interested in talking about these other groups. And we said we wanted to stand together, that we did not want to, have any more meetings. We wanted to demand that we go back to the secretaries next. It's their turn, followed by our service workers, to get them back to the table.
It's been their turn for a long time.
It's been their turn for months.
The last time we met with the secretaries was when?
September 18th.
So September 18th, think about that. Over 5.5 months ago. It's almost 6 months. By the time we get to the table with the secretaries, it'll be 6 months, or almost 6 months. 168 days that the district hasn't provided them with a meeting or an offer. 168. We sent a letter, we sent an email letter, or you sent it, demanding that the secretaries meet, and they agreed to meet with the secretaries in the normal cycle. So we'll have 3 meetings with the secretaries, then we'll move on to 3 meetings with the service workers, and then it'll be back to the teachers for maybe a third, last, best, and final offer.
And this is something that we're celebrating as a success because we're getting back to the table for bargaining. This is long overdue, but at least posting it, on Facebook and putting some pressure and having all of you guys out there that are standing with us, it's finally the pressure starting to work, and we're seeing that.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to, it's our turn to present an offer. And it was funny because we met the other night on a Zoom call to go through what our proposal was going to be, because the ball's in our court to present an offer. And I admitted to the group when we got on Zoom, we need to look at their offer and our offer, because I had no idea what the offer was. It's in 5.5 months. I can't remember what I had for breakfast, let alone what happened back in September.
Well, but this would give you a bad case of heartburn, right? Because it's like coming back,
Very
slowly. That this was a terrible offer. It's a cringeworthy offer. So,
Well, yeah, and we'll see. We'll see what happens in bargaining on the 10th with the secretaries, but we'll see. That's all. That's all I'll say for that. So those were two big things that happened.
So let's move into our main segment. Let's talk about the new records and the new truth.
Yep, let's do it. So what do you want to start with going forward? We've got quite a few things to cover here.
So let's talk first about some of the ULPs that we filed.
Okay, and a ULP is a ULP, not a ULP. ULP. I
wish there could be a fee.
I know. Yeah. You would have a lot of fees.
Yeah.
So ULP is an unfair labor practice. For those of you that don't know what a ULP is, unfair labor practice charge in the Labor Act. There's a section 14 that says what the employer cannot do, and if they do, it's called an unfair labor practice. So we filed 4 unfair labor practice charges on February 23rd, and we're going to talk about 3 of them now. We'll save 1 for a little later.
Okay, and I'm reading the comments just a little bit, and it just actually started to go out of our view. But Jermaine Yancey was asking if we could make sure also to talk about the hearing for March for us joining together, our 3. That's another big thing that's kind of happening. So maybe we can include that in part of our.
Yeah, thanks, Jermaine. Great member, newer member. Shout out, Jermaine. Thanks for the comment, brother.
So the first ULP, though, let's talk about, it deals with December 18th. And our members remember this, but if you are just a supporter and you weren't on the receiving end of this district email, we all received correspondence from the superintendent, and it came kind of later in the day. But the morning, McCall went around to individual teachers. He pulled them, went to many buildings, and it was like a new package, supposedly. Yeah,
you started calling me first thing in the morning. I mean, it was shortly after 8 a.m. maybe, or even earlier maybe.
I was driving in when I got the first, notice that hey, McCall's in our building and this is what's happening. Yeah, he's pulling members in one-on-one, talking about this new proposal that we hadn't seen, that he hadn't presented to our bargaining team. So you and I talked, and I drafted a quick cease and desist letter, sent it to McCall, and I sent it at 8:52 a.m. And basically, it just says, it's come to the attention of the union that you've been individually meeting with bargaining unit members and presenting bargaining proposals that have not been provided to, reviewed by, or discussed with the union bargaining team. So in labor speak, that is direct dealing, individual bargaining, and it is 100% an unfair labor practice. Now, later in the day, he does finally send it to me, and we do eventually get it. But we knew that this was a violation of the Illinois Education Labor Relations Act. We knew that we were going to file something about this.
Right.
But we had to get proof, because everything that we do, we try to have the documents for, so that we can be completely transparent. So we asked everybody who was involved to write something, an affidavit saying what happened.
So yeah, we have affidavits from almost everyone that we're submitting, or that we submitted with the ULP, that basically says he met with me, here's what he talked about, here's what he said, and things that he said weren't quite up to par with what the actual proposal was. Finally, though, he exhausts or is told to stop doing what he's doing, because I included the attorney on my cease and desist. And at 3:56 p.m., he sends an email to you. Kevin, you want to pull that up? He sends an email to you, or did you already get rid of it? He sends an email to you that says, I'm attaching the board's 4-year package proposal. So quick recap, starts talking to folks 8 a.m., 8:52, I send an email, cease and desist. The close of business, 3:50 something, 3:56, he sends you the proposal, first time we'd ever seen it.
Right.
You know, again, you know, Wendy said something and she said it quick, and I don't know if anyone caught it, but, you know, we're not just putting out memos and saying we do something or claiming something happened or saying that's not true. On this show, when we say we did something, we show you the documentation, we show you the emails, we show you the ULPs, we show you the grievances, we show you emails that from him or from them. So, you know, we have documentation on our side. A memo is someone's word that can't be trusted. So that is the December 18th ULP. So it's in process. The labor board has sent it to the district. The district's on the clock to respond to the December 18th ULP, and we'll see what they have to say. It will be very interesting to hear what their defense of this is, because the documentation is overwhelming. It's with 100% a violation. So we'll see what kind of things they can come up with.
And it becomes a pattern, as you're going to see. So we have another one that we have to file for February 6th, and we're going to go ahead and talk about February 8th as well, because they are a couple days apart, and it's basically the same thing.
2 ULPs that we filed on the same day, February 6th and 8th. You want to talk about them, or would you like me to?
You can go ahead.
So again, direct dealing, same kind of thing. Superintendent McCall on February 6th engaged in direct dealing by issuing a district-wide communication to all employees, inviting dialogue between him and individual members regarding contract negotiations via the superintendent's personal phone lines. And again, we're not just telling you he did it, we're going to show you he did it. So the February 6th at 4:53, an email to all district employees as it relates to the documents that were previously sent regarding union negotiations, and he sent some documents, and we'll show those in a second. If you have any questions or would like for me to explain any of the information presented, feel free to reach out to me to schedule a meeting by calling me at, in addition, you may call me at, and he lists 2 phone numbers. Now, he wants to explain our vote. He sent out a memo on our vote. So our members are going to take advice from someone that doesn't understand labor law, that violates labor law, but yet he wants them to go to him for advice.
Yeah, it's just unreal, actually.
Okay, so, and here's the memo. He talks about our vote, where we're combining the 3 bargaining units into 1. So that's another ULP. You can't talk to our members individually about things we're doing. That's our job as a union. And so we found another ULP.
Yes.
So I know this isn't in our kind of what we talked about, but since Jermaine brought up a good point, and since we just talked about the vote, why don't we talk about where that's at?
So our current structure, or what we've been under for a long time, 1272, is comprised of 3 distinct groups, but we're all one local. And we've always bargained together. We've done a lot of things for many, many years together. We have a lot of contract language that's similar, but Mr. McCall wanted to separate us. That was clear almost from day one, that he wanted to give us different contract lengths. He wanted to get one group finished before the others. And we just decided to basically be in charge of our own destiny. I don't understand why management should decide how our union is structured, was kind of my sentiment on this. And we discussed internally and with our members, do we want to just become one union officially, one contract? We were already one union, but one contract. So we took a vote. It went great. People signed, and we've now petitioned the labor board to do that. You want to talk about what happened after?
Yep. So we petitioned the labor board. What happens then is the labor board puts the district on the clock and gives them some timelines on things that they have to provide. Lo and behold, the district missed the first timeline in providing things that they needed to provide. Shocker, I know. And then the district's attorney responded and said, basically, we have no reason to believe that the union coerced any employees into signing the petition. We have no reason to believe that it was nothing more than their free will to join, and we have no challenges to the petition, and we are asking you to cancel the hearing. So the hearing is canceled for March 12th, and I expect a certification from the labor board on this topic back soon. Like it could happen any day. And as soon as it happens, we will let all our members know. We are currently operating with our proposal going forward that we are one unit because they don't have any challenges. And they admitted, you could do it because we can't stop it.
I can't quit smiling. I'm really excited about this.
Right.
So to me, it was so heartwarming, and it's proud, like when you're a unionist and things like this come together and that people wanted to be together.
Right. Yeah. Definitely good. Definitely it's going to be exciting going forward, being one unit legally, even though we've been operating that way. So yeah, so we'll have an announcement soon, and then we'll keep bargaining as a group going forward.
So, but back to what we kind of started talking about was those ULPs that we filed, and him going around direct dealing. We filed those, and I think we were also going to talk about how he made some. Did we talk about the statements?
Well, let's talk about the February 8th ULP, because we talked about the February 6th.
Okay,
we haven't talked about February 8th yet.
There's so many of them.
I know. They're hard to keep track of. Trust me.
So this was Super Bowl Sunday.
Right. Like he doesn't have better things to do on a Super Bowl Sunday.
I don't want to say this too loudly because there's probably people that love football, but it didn't really interrupt my Super Bowl Sunday all that much because my Super Bowl Sunday consists of snacking.
Yeah. Right.
But he sent this out that evening.
So
direct dealing.
Yep. So why don't you talk about this one? I've been talking a lot.
So on the night of February 8th, Curtis McCall Jr. engaged in a coordinated campaign of unlawful direct dealing, is the way that the statement reads, by sending multiple district-wide communications to all employees. They were sent in succession, and they bypassed the exclusive bargaining representative again. And he went directly to members and invited, again, that individual dialogue that is prohibited. So using his personal phone lines. They also contain statements intended to undermine and discredit the union by alleging it is providing inaccurate or incomplete information to members.
Yeah, that's the funny part. So here's a challenge to you, Superintendent. Go through our podcast, go through anything we've said publicly, go through our press conference, and I challenge you to find one thing that is inaccurate. I challenge you to do that. So let's pull up his email, Kevin, just to show, again, for transparency's sake. This is the email that he sent out attached with a bunch of documents, and we're not going to show you the documents because there's, a bunch of pages of them. But this right here is the ULP. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. I'm providing everyone with the current proposed lesson plan template, and he talks about that a little bit. The lesson plan template does not comprise of 12 pages, but however serves as 2 pages of information related to instructional goals and outcomes in classrooms. We never said it was 12 pages. We said it was 12 steps. We've said that over and over and over and over.
Well, and they're little boxes, and I tried to manipulate them, and the copy that I have can't be. You have to recreate it. But as you start filling them up, it would become a longer document because they're little bitty boxes, and as soon as you add in,
for sure,
the actual meat of it, it could be longer. But I don't think anybody's ever said it was 12
No.
pages. It's 12 steps.
And then he says, which is again the ULP. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call and list 2 numbers. Again, the point is the members are represented by an exclusive bargaining agent, which is us, the union, and 1272. And that's where they should be getting their information from. He should be directing them to their union. Other superintendents do that. Other superintendents, I can't tell you how many times I get a call from a superintendent and say, hey, someone came in today and talked about they want additional pay for this or that. And I told them I can't bargain with them directly. They need to call their union. So I'm just letting you know that conversation happened.
Well, that even happened to me as president before Mr. McCall was in that office. So even Dr. Harvey, he had several social workers that came to him wanting more money.
Yeah.
And he directed them right to me and told me what was happening.
Yep. That's the way it should work.
Mm-hmm.
That isn't the way it works with this superintendent.
So those are 3 ULPs. Let's change gears a little bit and let's talk about a couple grievances too.
Yep. We filed 3 grievances as well.
Yeah. I actually have filed more, but these are the 3 big ones.
These are the 3 that kind of tie in. Just real quick too, because I wrote this down that we should probably say, and you're going to hear us say it again, but Superintendent McCall has been quoted as saying, we're not doing anything illegal in the district. I beg to differ based on the ULPs. I beg to differ based on payments to Harvey. I beg to differ based on Stephanie Belt's mother's payments. I beg to differ on things we don't know yet, but we're going to find out.
Yeah, I agree. And all of this labor stuff, I mean, that's law. That's not just.
It is law.
I could take it or leave it. It's the law.
Yep. So 3 grievances. All 3 are similar.
Mm-hmm. Almost identical.
So this has been one of your, what's the phrase? I'm planting a flag in the hill on this topic, favored nations.
Yeah.
You want to explain what favored nations is, and then we can talk about the 3 favored nations grievances that we filed?
So people who know me pretty well in the labor game here, they know that I'm all about contract language, and favored nations is kind of unique. All of our members now know what it is. I feel like it's a couple of things in our contract that are kind of special about Cahokia. And this is a fairness contract. It's so that management doesn't get big raises while members are just sort of left in the lurk, that we all have some sense of fairness. So management can't get a bigger raise than our certified staff.
Yeah, simply put, they can't get a bigger percentage increase than you do.
And it was like one of the things that I just remember being really proud of about our contract, always.
And we've won a couple of favored nations grievances. We settled one.
We've only really won one.
We've won one. Okay. And we call that one, what's the
the Heartline case.
Heartline case.
So, and it was before my time.
Right.
But when I started in Cahokia, our pay was really probably one of the best in the area because we had won
the agreements. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we've joked about this, but Kristen Olson, I don't know if she's listening or not. Have you seen her on? She's listening. If we win any of these will forever be referred to as
the Olson.
Yeah.
The Olson grievance.
Yeah.
Because she's our official grievance.
Yep. So as you know, based on the board meeting and the press conference, Assistant Superintendent Harvey, in addition to his 200 and
I'm here.
Yeah. In addition to his 200 and something $1,000 annual salary,
$203,061.84
for 23-24.
Yeah.
In addition to that, he received an additional 900 and some thousand over 2.5 years. So we filed 3 grievances because he's only supposed to get the raises that we get. So you want to talk about 23, 24 and what the numbers look like?
Yeah, so we reviewed FOIA information that we got in the beginning of February, and it became evident to us then that Assistant Superintendent Arnett Harvey received a higher percent increase than local 1272 members received in that year, 23-24. It was also a significantly higher amount than what was previously reported in we asked for stuff back in June for bargaining. So we requested it, we didn't get this. Harvey's contracted salary amount was $203,000 and change, but he received an additional $406,123.50 in 4 checks. How much of a raise is that, Ray?
That is a 200% increase. 200%.
Yeah, in 1 year. In 1 year. So that violates our favored nations clause.
It does.
And I think people will be interested in the remedy.
Yep. Well, you're the Madam President, so why don't you say what the remedy is?
All members of the Cahokia Federation of Teachers Local 1272 will receive the highest percent increase in salary as was given to Arnett Harvey in 23-24. And any other remedies to make our certified staff whole. So
that's some legal words based on the favored nations clause. So what are we really asking for every member in the certified contract?
We want a 200% increase too.
Right.
Yeah.
For every member, 200%, just for the 23-24 school year.
Just for 23-24.
So that's grievance number 1.
Okay. So then grievance number 2, you want to take this one?
I'll take this one. Same scenario, Harvey's increases because we all know the numbers. We went through the numbers. He received a higher percentage increase than local members did in 24-25. Harvey's contracted salary for 24-25 was a measly $218,376. He couldn't live off of that.
Well, he gets like 1 million vacation
days.
He
gets 100 vacation days.
No office.
Each year.
No phone.
Each year, right. But what did he receive on top of his $218,376 in the 24-25 school year? He received an additional $229,869.49 in several checks. And that is what percentage increase?
105% for the 24-25 school year.
Okay, so under favored nations, we get the same percentage increase that they get if they get a higher percent than us. So again, the remedy, all members of CFT 1272 will receive the highest percentage increase in salary that was given to Arnett Harvey. Translate what that means.
I mean, a big raise.
A big raise, 105%.
Yeah.
Which, you know.
We know that's not.
We know it would
because
bankrupt the district.
People are saying like, wow, like, you know, I can remember 3 years of 6%. It may have been 4, Phyllis Slack says. And I saw Jane Kohlmeyer say that too. But we know,
right?
Like Heather Miller writes, will that really happen?
No, because the first year is at 205%. So put that into perspective. Let's say a first year teacher makes $50,000. That's going to go to $150,000 salary. It's not going to happen.
Right.
And that's compounding. And then we're asking for another 123% on top of that 200%.
Right. Well, and we filed a third one too.
Oh, yeah. So,
yeah. So in the 25-26 school year, and remember, it's not over, right?
Yeah. My guess is that he won't receive any extra big checks because we pointed them out. But maybe he will.
I would say, or maybe they just won't tell us. But,
yeah, true.
But we noticed again that he got a much bigger raise than us. So he was supposed to earn $218,376, again, measly, but he received an additional $268,223.75 in a couple of checks. And that's another
123% increase. And we still have a few months in the school year left.
Yeah.
So, and we're asking for that same 123% for all the members of 1272 teachers contracts.
Well, and I know we're joking about this and we're making light of it, but it's a really serious thing. We've been called greedy, and I don't expect anything like this. The union doesn't expect to get these kinds of amounts. We would have been delighted to go to the bargaining table and not have our contracts gutted and just had a reasonable increase, something fair that would help us be competitive so that we could get teachers in classrooms,
Right.
professionals in classrooms. That's what we wanted. Now,
Right.
am I happy that we've discovered that this was happening? Yes, because this needs to stop. But, again, we're making light of it, but this is serious. This is terrible that this is happening.
Yeah, I mean, and you haven't heard the last of the Harvey paychecks. Greedy isn't even the word. It's disgusting what that Board of Education, that superintendent, that assistant superintendent, that wife of his, the chief financial officer, are doing. It's disgusting that he received $900,000 in additional compensation to his yearly salary in 2.5 years. It's disgusting.
Well, and
just think about,
it is disgusting.
I mean, just think about what $900,000 could mean to that community. Just think about what $900,000 could mean to after school programs for kids, to a community center for kids, to programs for kids.
Well, and if we're wrong about any of this, if somehow there's some mistake, wouldn't you, if you were the Board of Education, immediately call your own press conference and say, here's the real deal? I can explain this. Or wouldn't you put somebody under investigation? Wouldn't there be, if one of us made this kind of a mistake in our jobs, can you imagine?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm the man, if I'm the chosen one, right?
Yeah.
I answer every FOIA. He's got 5 days to answer a FOIA, right? He can ask for an extension for 5 more days.
Mm-hmm.
He asked for an extension on everyone. So it takes him 10 business days to answer every FOIA. And then the FOIAs we get virtually nothing back, right? They're not providing information like they should. If my memos are truthful and nothing's happening, Harvey didn't do anything illegal, I didn't do anything illegal, those are just payments we owe him, I would answer every FOIA in the first day. I would direct my staff, get the information out, because that union is saying things that are false.
Yeah.
But what happens? Nothing. They hide at that district office and say nothing. They do nothing because everything we've done, everything we've said is proven with documents.
Agreed. Oh my goodness, that was a lot. What time is it? We've been talking a while.
It is time for we're calling you out. And we have breaking news. I'm calling you out. I missed the calling you out segment, by the way.
But I also like the below the belt. Those are such good titles.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So the McCalling You Out segment, this podcast is going to be a little longer than normal because, quite frankly, we have so much information to talk about. In addition to all the things we've already talked about and what we're going to continue to talk about. But we've got two issues to discuss for McCalling You Out. As you know, Wendy, back in September, we were awarded through a ULP, an unfair labor practice that we filed, a decision where you were put in the back of a police car and where the district didn't even go to the hearing because they knew they were wrong.
Aaron Reed too.
Aaron Reed, yep.
My good friend, she was in that back seat.
Yeah. Along with several other things that happened.
Right.
So we get a ULP award on September 18th. Okay. The district is told in item 4, Kevin, if you want to get there, the ALJ tells the district, you got to do certain things. Number 4 that's highlighted, it says you have to post for 60 days during which a majority of employees in the bargaining unit are working at all places where notices to employees of CUSD 187 are regularly posted. So immediately, and the ALJ provided what a posting is, right? You can't do this, you can't do that, you won't do this, you won't do that. All of the things that we claimed we got. So they were supposed to post it. So I kept hearing from you guys, they haven't posted it. They haven't posted it. Why haven't they posted it? Why haven't they posted it? We talked about it in bargaining. Are you going to post it? It hasn't been posted. So nothing. So the fourth ULP that we wanted to talk about was this posting. So we filed another ULP that says on September 18th, and I don't have the ULP here, but we do have some other documentation we're going to flip through. The ULP basically said, we won the ULP in September. You were supposed to post for 60 days and you didn't. So now we're asking you to post it immediately for the required time of 60 days, and so on and so forth.
And it's sad we have to file a ULP for the ULP that we had to file that they didn't honor, you know.
Because this is what happens in your district. Legal things come to them and they ignore them. But nothing illegal is happening in the district, Wendy. So we file it. The ALJ takes ownership of it. They switch it from a ULP to a compliance issue because the district didn't comply with the order. And then the ALJ started emailing the district every day. First thing in the morning, I would wake up, look at my phone or my computer, and it says, Mr. McCall, where are we on the posting of the notice? Close of business. Mr. McCall, where are we on the close or on the posting of the ULP? Next day. First thing in the morning, where are we on the posting? So finally, they get a response that gets sent to me from the ALJ, and it's an email from Stephanie Bell. And it says, good afternoon, Ryan. Ryan is the ALJ with the Illinois Labor Relations Board. That includes building location and the superintendent's signature and date. This email should complete the request for case number 2025 CA0051C, which, mind you, was September 18th of 25. And then she lists on here what she's done, sign and date the posting, send a copy. So completed. So finally, we have a posting, and this is what they look like. So it says what we will not do. We will not denigrate or belittle the union's efforts to advocate on the rights of their employees. We will not compel Union President Wendy Lockman or Vice President Aaron Reeve in front of the district's assembled employees to ride in the back of police cars instead of on buses with other employees. It is.
Yeah, that we have to have a rule for that.
You have to have a legal opinion that says we won't put our union president in the back of a goddamn police car.
I know.
The
next one is really funny too. Not funny, but we won't ignore accommodations for employees with physical limitations.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah. You're 9 months pregnant. We won't ignore that you're pregnant and make you stack chairs.
I know. It's just all of the people that stayed behind had a doctor's note, I think.
Then it says this notice shall remain posted for 60 days. So we have the superintendent's signature, the date of February 27th. So again, proof you don't comply with the law. The law said you should post it on September 18th. It's posted February 27th. You don't comply with the law time and time again. So we have several.
And we had to file another ULP to get it posted. I mean, it's not like they just finally got around to it. I mean, you know.
It's ludicrous.
It's ludicrous.
It's ludicrous. So there's different postings. You know, this one's 7th grade workroom. Next one is what, Kevin? You know, just different,
Oliver Park
different titles.
Teachers Lounge, 8th grade work.
So
it's supposed to be in all of them. I don't know if there's one for transportation. I'm going to give them one to put out there. Or
okay.
I might ask Stephanie Belt to post one out there.
So there was 32 of them altogether that they posted.
Okay.
The document had 32. We didn't pull up all 32 because we didn't think you would want to see 32 similar postings with. I mean, I would love to go through each one and say you violated the law. Violated the law. So that 32 postings, and again, in the St. Louis Public Radio article, nothing illegal is transpiring in the district. Does he believe his own statements?
I've looked at a couple of his statements in different articles, and I've thought about them, and he usually doesn't say a whole lot, but what he does say like that, it doesn't take much to poke holes
Yeah.
in it because we know it's not the whole truth or even sometimes truthful.
So these are articles that I pulled out, and I'm going to ask you to bring these up later, Kevin. So don't get rid of this one, but you know, and I pulled these quotes out of the paper, right? It's out of the St. Louis Public Radio article that's online. Prior to the press conference, McCall Jr. said that the allegations made at Monday's meeting did not have any merit and that nothing illegal has transpired in the district. And then he could not immediately be reached for another comment after Thursday's press conference. And we'll talk about the other two later when I have you pull that back up, Kevin. I mean, you're living this, I'm living this, Kevin's living it. Most of our people listening are living this. I just can't believe it sometimes. Like,
it's crazy, you know. And sometimes, like, you'll read these comments. There was one from Daniel Ryan, and he was talking about how there's money for everything else except the teachers.
Yeah.
You know, as you're reading through these comments, it's just over and over again, everyone's saying the same things. Like, this is crazy. This is ridiculous. I mean, how did we get here? It would have been so simple to just pay people and treat them fairly.
well, I can tell you in the other districts I work with, you know, I have relationships with a lot of the school boards. I don't have relationships with all of the school boards, but I have relationships with a lot of them, and I know how a lot of them operate. I can tell you without question that if any of the other superintendents in those school districts with those boards of education did what he's doing, he'd be fired a long time ago, been let go.
I know. Well, and we get, and we keep bringing this up to our board time and time again, but we have people that are disciplined for something that maybe they are in the wrong about. Okay. And we don't condone people breaking work rules or, you know, leaving early, like those types of things. Sometimes people make mistakes, but they get really hammered by our board sometimes for making a mistake. And yet these types of things, it's perfectly fine. For some people, you know, different set of rules.
Yeah. All right, Kevin, bring up that document now again. That I note the quote. Sorry. So nothing illegal transpired. He goes on to say, and it's really small. When it's as it relates to Harvey, there we go.
Good job.
It's like he's been doing this all along.
He's
right?
so wonderful.
I know. I don't know what we do without him. The district is essentially buying out his contract. He said that this could result in a slight, quote unquote, slight increase in Harvey's payroll checks and sick days. But that the number Roskus, read at Monday's meetings were way off base.
They're the checks he gave us.
We're going to talk about it. Take care of that last quote from him.
When asked about the allegations regarding Taylor at Monday's meeting, McCall said that the concerns had already been referred to the Illinois Office of Executive Inspector General and that the state subsequently found them unfounded. So that's for Stephanie Belt's mother. Yep. Right?
Yep.
So that's who they're referring to.
So just touching on that last one first, because we're gonna talk about that in a minute. But he says two different things in two different quotes. That quote, he says, the Illinois Office of Executive Inspector General. Then he says in another memo that the Illinois Attorney General. Two different places. This quote, the Illinois Office of Executive Inspector General, you should probably know your information before you put out untruthful statements, because the OIG doesn't deal with school districts, doesn't investigate school districts. The OIG investigates state agencies. School district is not a state agency. So you're making a statement, and anyone, and I think I have that. Did we pull that up? We'll do it in a minute. If anybody goes to the OIG, Illinois Office of Executive Inspector General, go to their website and look at the scope of what they can investigate.
And it's not this.
It's not school districts. It's
Okay.
state agencies, the governor's office, all of the state agencies that are under state government. So no, it's hard to keep your lies straight when you're not telling the truth.
Well, I think he also blamed it on a poor woman who's one of our supporters in town too. He mentioned her in one of his.
He did, and we're going to get to that in a minute. Okay, so that's what he said in the paper. So let's deal with the first one, that Harvey's, going through this planned retirement, which he's already retired once from the district. 2, his contract expires in June of 26. We're in March of 26. How the heck are you buying him out of a contract when he is officially working with 100 vacation days a year with no office or no phone extension, but you're also buying him out of a contract? Does that make any sense in anyone's reality? Any sense?
No.
So let's pull up the document, Kevin. So what we have here is a February 12th memo that the superintendent sent out.
He says it's his obligation to uphold integrity in everything we do. Please be advised that nothing illegal has transpired in the school district. Comments have been made in relation to Dr. Arnett Harvey's financial compensation. The truth is that Dr. Harvey is retiring at the close of the 25-26 school year. The district, the Board of Education approval, honored the remainder of his current contract, including sick days. This is not new, he says. Previous superintendents have received the same outcome.
Let's stop there.
Okay.
So he's officially working.
Mhm.
How are you honoring his contract? He's working.
And then some.
And then some. Okay, so it says in here that they're honoring the remainder of his contract. And in the paper, he said you could see a slight increase in his payroll. So let's go to the next page, Kevin. And I know these are sideways, and it's my inability to do technology. But these are the numbers we've read. This is straight from the district. Check transaction list Skyward 2/2/2026, 8:33 a.m. And it shows the checks. Harvey, July 3rd of 23, $113,714 check. Is that a slight increase in payroll?
It's so not.
Okay. 10/4, $81,224. Slight increase in payroll?
No.
Okay. January 25th of 24, $113,714. Slight increase in payroll?
Goodness.
$123,000. August 16th of 24. That's not a slight increase. May 24th of 24, $97,000. Slight increase?
No.
No. And we can go on and on, all the payments.
Leslie Harder writes, anyone I can remember being bought out left early.
That's what I mean. He's still working. Well, he's not still working, but whatever. So it's not a slight increase, Superintendent McCall. In anybody's reality, a slight increase might be $1,000, maybe $2,000 on a $200,000 salary, maybe $3,000. But when you're paid $132,000 in one check, $113,000 in another, $97,000 in another, that is not a slight increase.
No, this is a school.
Okay, let's talk about the next thing.
So allegations were also made against Dr. Stephanie Skurlock Belt, Director of Non-Certified Personnel, Human Resources. To clarify, these allegations have already been deemed unfounded per the Illinois Attorney General's office back in October of 2025.
Stop there.
Different place.
I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry.
No,
I
I like the pacing. This is good.
So, McCall, is it the Illinois Attorney General or is it the Illinois Office of Inspector General? Which one is it? Because in two different places, you can't keep straight what you're trying to say. So which one is it? Is it the Attorney General? Because you put a memo out with that. So we're going to assume it's the Attorney General. Okay.
Okay. Then he says, please note, Cahokia School District remains focused on its mission to support the system of educational excellence. And then he goes on about that. But I wanted to talk a little bit. Oh, did I skip the one about please note allegations were first made?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And you don't have to read that because we don't even need to touch on that because it's nonsense.
He tried to blame this on someone else.
Yeah, it's nonsense.
And it's nonsense.
It's nonsense.
And I don't ever recall seeing anything about this ever before anywhere.
So in relation to his February 12th memo, where he says the Attorney General said is investigated complaint in 25, and it was all unfounded. So what did we do? We FOIA'd McCall for the finding from the Attorney General. And we got the FOIA back, Kevin, which, yep, March 2nd letter from McCall. This is what we asked for. Any and all letters or memos from the Illinois AG concerning allegations of Belt and Minnie Taylor Medicare payments in 24, 25, 26. Any and all letters or memos from the Illinois Attorney General concerning allegations, 24, 25, 26. This is referencing his letter. And any and all letters or memos from the AG deeming allegations are unfounded concerning a complaint against Dr. Stephanie Skurlark Belt and Minnie Taylor's Medicare payments. His response to the FOIA is,
per the Illinois Attorney General's office, the information is confidential and cannot be released.
So I don't know how incompetent you have to be, and I'm getting angry, to give a response that way. So you either provide the information or you cite an exception. This isn't an exception. This is, oh, the AG told me it was confidential.
So what are we doing about that?
So we had some options, but I think he thinks we're going to stop here. But he doesn't understand your resolve or mine.
No, he does not.
Yeah. So
or this union's.
Yeah, didn't stop here. So we figured, okay, the Attorney General said, according to you, Mr. McCall, Superintendent McCall, that it's confidential. Well, we'll go to the Attorney General and FOIA the document from him, and we'll see what he says.
Let's find out. I mean, if it's the truth, we'll find out.
If it's the truth, we will report it on the next episode of the podcast and apologize to Mr. Curtis McCall Jr. that we were wrong.
Yes.
So here's the FOIA. Basically, we asked for the letter, email, or memo sent from the Attorney General to McCall saying the investigation was unfounded. And surprisingly, the Attorney General was super quick. And the Attorney General sent a letter saying, we're reviewing your FOIA request. We've sent it to the appropriate agency, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
And if that was really the case, so one of the things that we talked about, sometimes when people have documents, like we've all watched this thing with like the Epstein files and stuff, they just redact stuff if it's confidential. So would there have been something?
Yes, there would have been a redaction. There would have been an exception, not a, the AG said we can't give it to you.
I know, it was really weird.
So look, we're going to get an answer from the AG. One of two things is going to be true. Either they have a document and we're going to get a redacted document or an exception, or it's a lie and we get no document. And they'll tell us we have no record that you've searched for. And then that will prove that the superintendent is lying. And whichever way it happens, we're going to come back here and we're going to say, here's what it was. Because if I was wrong, I will apologize.
The truth will come out.
The truth will come out one way or another. What else? Other allegation did he make? Or what statement did he make?
I'm lost. You're gonna have to tell me.
So
sorry.
Right. Let's see. We passed that. Okay. So that's your McCall and you.
Okay.
We finished it. Yeah, we finished it. I just
thought I was
throw that
lost.
away.
Yeah, there's a lot on these papers sometimes.
Yeah, we're an hour in, so we need to wrap this up here soon.
Yeah. Okay. So we're back to our main segment. We've issued ULPs, grievances, and more FOIAs. So that's where we were headed next, back to our main segment.
And we can go through this rather quick and
Yeah, because
close this out.
there's things that as we get answers, it gives us more and more questions. So we're just following up on all these different paper trails. So how many FOIAs did we all together do as a union?
So I don't know the number because let's just go through this. We sent 9 FOIAs, individual members sent 9 different FOIAs, and we've asked for information on 36 individuals. Why did we send 9 FOIAs with 36 individuals? Because we believe there are other employees in the district that are connected that aren't coming to work, that are ghost employees. That's the tips we've received. That's information that we believe is accurate. So we sent these FOIAs out. So that's 36 employees that we asked for.
We also asked for more detailed stuff on the Minnie Taylor related to her supplemental Medicare plan. So we asked for some clarifying questions there.
Because we know those documents exist and they aren't giving them to us, which is a violation of FOIA. We asked for very detailed information on Assistant Superintendent Harvey and his $900,000 extra payments that he received over 2.5 years. So there's more FOIAs there.
Requests and approvals. If you had 100 vacation days, you probably used some of them. So we wanted to know when.
His contract says he has to request his vacation days through and get approved by the Board of Education. My guess is there isn't a single approval, and I'm just guessing. I don't know this, so I'm speculating. I'm not saying it allegedly, whatever. But my guess is we won't get any back.
And we asked for W-2s for him as well, so that we could find out like exactly once and for all, what is he being paid? Do we have the whole picture yet?
We will get his W-2s because now they'll redact certain information.
Right.
What else did we ask for?
Contracts, invoices, and payments made to Pokey's Catering and Donna Myers Corley. So who is she?
She owns a catering company, the Pokey's Catering Company, and she is the mother of the Chief Financial Officer of the district, Sierra Corley, and the mother-in-law of Assistant Superintendent Harvey. She caters food for the board, and so we want to see what are the contracts, how much are you paying her, how long has it been going on? So we want to see that. So just so our viewers know, that when we don't get information back from a FOIA, there's a process we can go through. And it is through the Attorney General's office. It's called the Public Access Counselor. And we can challenge any FOIA if we believe the district was improper in giving us information. So that's our next step in the process. We're going to be sending all of these FOIAs that we get nothing back from to the Access Counselor, and then they will investigate and hopefully get us our information from the district. So we're not stopping just because you say nothing exists, just because you give us some BS answer. There's appeals and a process we can go through, and we're going to get it. So you might as well just give it to us now and pull the Band-Aid off, because the Band-Aid's coming off. The truth's coming out.
Truth is coming out.
It's not a matter of when.
It's a matter, well, it's coming out.
Yeah, it's coming out. I don't know what it was. It's coming out. All right, so that's your show.
Yeah.
Let's talk real quick about what we got, and we'll do quick parting thoughts and get everybody show we've done.
Oh my goodness. So we need everybody to come to Monday night's board meeting. We want all of our union members there. We want supporters there, and that's March 9th, Monday, March 9th at 6:30 p.m. We believe that it will be at Huffman. I asked for a change of venue. He always goes with the small school, but if something happens and that's not the case, I will put out something on Facebook and through our S'mores newsletter.
Yep, sounds good. That's my parting thoughts there, so I lost them.
Okay. I hope I didn't lose mine. Okay, I still have mine.
So yeah, we want everybody at the board meeting. you know, because that's, again,
We'll have
another
signs
big
and all of
show.
that too.
Yeah.
So our secretaries are bargaining
On the 10th.
on the 10th.
So at some point, we'll let people know how that went.
We're planning another press conference.
Planning another press conference to release some more information. We don't know when that's going to be yet. We still have a round of FOIAs that are due to come back. So probably in the next week or two, I'm guessing, we'll set up another press conference. We're going to invite our members again. It'll be the same format where we release information.
Can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait too.
Okay, so parting thoughts.
Parting thoughts.
Am I going first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so kind of just simply, I want to just say how proud I am of the work we're all doing. So it's not just one of us, it's all of us. I feel like 7+ months is a very long time to sustain something like what we're doing. And so there's been a lot of people who have kept the faith. They've believed in our cause. They've been fighting. And I feel like we're fighting for what's right, not what's easy. There's nothing easy about what has transpired. I am very proud of how much rank and file members have grown into unionists. People are signing contract language. They're coming to everything. We understand how our system works. We are proud that we are joining together. So it's individual people. I can't name you all, but it's really, it's important. And we've been doing this together. That's what makes it really special. When Mr. McCall came and assaulted our rights and our contracts, we knew it was wrong and we knew it was hypocritical. And for a lot of us, I think it was like the final straw. But in some ways, it became the tip of the iceberg because of what we've uncovered. The irony is, if he had just given us what we were asking for, quite simply, I mean, it was modest, we wouldn't be here, and this needed to happen. So thank you to our members, our bargaining team for countless hours, other labor leaders who have stood with us, producer Kevin for everything. Okay.
Absolutely.
We couldn't do this without him. And of course, and I always hate to thank Ray because I don't want to get choked up because he knows that I will, but he has believed in us when there was really nothing to believe in. Like during our darkest hour, he has been 1272's most devoted ally, friend, defender, and my partner in all of this. You are a mentor to so many of us. We all look up to you so much. I have told him lately that he is like the Pope to 1272
Oh my God.
because he could ask us to do almost anything right now. And people have such confidence in you. This podcast wouldn't be anything without Ray. He thought of it. He plans all of these details and so that we know what to say and what to do. The hours that he puts in, you guys, you can't even imagine. And the last board meeting, holy crap. Okay. Most epic Ray Roskus moment ever. He gave voice to everything that we were all thinking. And so I am just so grateful he's my friend, and I'm grateful that he is our field service director. So thank you.
Yeah, it's easy working with you guys. It really is. And this is what I do. This is, it is. The work isn't easy, but it's easy working with you all because everyone's so committed. The members are great. They do whatever we ask them to do. So, and you and I have not only a great working relationship, but we've become really good friends throughout this process. And so I appreciate you saying that. So yeah, I agree with everything you said. I'm gonna real quick, and I'm not gonna be long. Mine are usually pretty long. It's gonna be quick. So I'm gonna talk about truth because I feel like that's the theme that we've been talking about, right? Truth versus lies. The truth always comes out. Truth is like water. You can't dam it up. You can try and redirect it, which is always what happens. You can try not to answer FOIAs or break the law by not providing the info we know exists. You can try to cover up what actually is happening in memos full of lies, half-truths. You can try to cover it up for a while, but eventually truth finds its way out. And right now in District 187, the truth is coming through. It's coming through in records, in FOIA responses, in payroll documents, even if they didn't mean to give us the documents they gave us. And the questions that your members and you refuse to stop asking. Transparency in public service isn't optional. The truth is starting to show itself today, but that's only the beginning, because we, you, I, your members, Kevin, the broader community, students, won't stop until this board, the administration, and anyone involved is held accountable. That's what we want. We want people to be held accountable. It's not about politics. It's not about personalities. It's about the change that your students in Cahokia, the staff, and the community deserve. So enough politics, enough political favor, enough corruption, enough of the ghost employees, enough of the made-up positions. People deserve honesty. People deserve transparency, and we will keep asking the questions until the truth finishes what it's already started.
Yeah.
And with that said, Superintendent McCall, we're coming. Buckle up, Junior.